Hi everyone! So further to one of my other videos where I used the Lawn Fawn Fantastic Friends, I'm going to be using the tank part of it, and I will walk you through as we go through to save some time. I just thought that would be the easier way of doing it. So to start with, get my images out of the way, I have, if I can, some Daffodil Delight Stampin' Up cardstock, and it measures 11 by 5.5, no, 11 by 4.25, scored at 5.5. And it's going to be a top folding card. I then have a piece of pattern paper that is from an old set called By the Shore Designer Series paper by Stampin' Up. This was a 12 by 12 set and I've cut it down to 6 by 6. It makes life easier for me to store them and all that sort of thing. So I just thought this with the yellow was quite nautical-esque. So that's what I went with, but that's the pattern on the other side, which happens to be that one. So that's the paper I've used. Again, just find something that works with your colours. Doesn't have to be the exact same paper pack, but hopefully this gives you an idea of using pattern papers. I then have this piece of, it's like a wood grain texture, and this is from Wood Textures Designer Series paper, which I believe is a 6 by 6 paper pack, and I think up till maybe June 2019 is still in the current catalogue. I don't know what's in the new catalogue, so I can't tell you, but I think it is actually in the current one at the moment. So you may have that, but you could use, if you've got a wood grain stamp, you could always colour it in a white, ink a white piece of cardstock and then stamp your wood grain on top, and that will give you a very good look. That is very wood grainy, same sort of idea. So I'm just going to get these on here. This first layer measures 4 by 5.25, and I'm just going to, I don't know which way I wanted it, but I'm just going to line it up on here, and it should leave about 1/4 inch around the whole thing. I'm then going to put this one on. And this one, I'm trying to think, it will measure 4, so the same width as this piece, and it is, let's just see here, 1.5, or 1.5 tall. Just make sure you got your card the right way up, and this is just going to go flush on the bottom here. Like so. So, wallpaper. Tabletop. I quite like doing that kind of thing, so that's just me. So then I have my images. Now, as I explained in the previous video, actually I don't know if it'll be before this, but then I've done another video with this same stamp set. I stamped and then coloured all the images that I wanted in Zig Clean Colour Real Brush markers. Now they are water-based, highly pigmented marker pens, but what happens is, and this is how beautiful they come out when you combine various colours, and I thought he was so cute, but I couldn't get him in the tank, like there was no space, man. So I'm going to do something else with him, but I then used some crystal glaze over the top where it would have water. So where, if you were looking at a tank, where you see the water line up to the edge of the tank, obviously not this bottom bit, which is the base of the tank. So everywhere we would naturally see water, that's what I glazed. But what I forgot was that they were water-based markers, and therefore the moisture from the glaze reacted and kind of moved all that colour again. So my blue water in the background isn't as blue. My bright blue and orange fish here turned out to be slightly purple. These two were actually very, very purple, and they've kind of gone like a luminous pink. And on this guy, you can actually see that the colour, he was red, and the colours actually seeped into the edges of all the you know, around the edge of the white card that's around the edge of him. So just be aware of that. If I'd used like a hybrid ink and some Copic markers, then this probably wouldn't have happened. So you live and you learn, but I'm still going to use it, so that's the other thing. So I've got the old tank here, and I've got some food, and I've got an extra fish there. So with this one, I'm just going to grab some tape, and I'm going to pop him up. Ugh. Come on. That'll do. And this way there'll be a bit of dimension on the card, because it's quite a simple card. It's not, as with my other fishy one, there's not a lot going on. I mean, there's quite a bit in the tank itself, but there's not a lot anywhere else on the card. So I wanted to, and also using foam like that, this kind of warped, so that helps to stabilize it on the card. So I'm going to pop this about here. Right, so that helps to flatten it. That's what I was trying to say. And then for this little guy, where do I want him? Do I want him like that? That could be kind of funny, except that, you know, there's no hand holding it, but I think I might stick him flat, actually, just in the, although he's now that side. No, I'm not. Nice thing about card making, you can change your mind. Don't have to stick to your original ideas. And don't let anybody tell you can't. So, let's see. Oh, I can't get this to work. Right. Let's finagle this a bit. So we're going to do it about there. So what I did was I took a bit of the tape off the top part, just cut a piece off, and then that means that this part's stuck flush with the tank and this is raised. Yeah. Right, so next what I want to do is work on this. And this comes from the Project Life cards and labels. This is an old Stampin' Up! Big Shot Project Life die set that can't remember how many years ago went away, but the idea is that it's just a label die, so I'm using this one. But if you have, you can use just a plain straight cut piece of cardstock, that would work just fine. It's just, if you've got some label dies, I try, you know, if I've got some of those, I try and incorporate them because they're nice to have, but I just try and remember to use them. So this one, because I thought it was hysterical, because I'm, you know, 5, says thank you. Like, thank you, get it? Everybody gets it, Janine, just, you know. So I thought that was kind of cute. So the last card I made it look like it was a hanging picture, which I thought was kind of cool, but this time I think I'm just going to keep it quite simple. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. I will raise it. Excuse me. But I'm going to keep it super simple. Just saves a bit of time. Is that rogue hair? Right, so thank you. just go there. Then I've also got some, these are also, I believe these were from the Brights. They don't carry them anymore at Stampin' Up, but these were from the Brights collection, like they're enamel shapes, I think that's what they call them, because they have hearts and stars as well as dots. And so I thought the dots were kind of cool, being fishy, like bubbles. So I thought I'd just grab a few and just randomly pop them on the card. Let's see. Oh, so will let me. I might have to do a couple more over here because this is kind of somewhat plain. It's a plainer card. There you go, just a few random. I gotta say I struggle with random, but I think we do okay. And that was also in Daffodil Delight, so same colour. Now for the inside, I've got another stamp from the same stamp set, and this one says Best Fishes. Best Fishes. I'm just going to go about there. Isn't that cute? Yep. So, right. And then this extra fish that he just would not fit in the tank. I thought I could plonk him in here somewhere. So maybe like there. So that's another idea, is if you've got a bunch of images that you've stamped and die cut or cut out by hand, if you can still do that, then, and you've got extra ones, use them on the inside of your card. Makes for a cool added bit on the inside. So that's the inside. Thank you. I thought it was funny. Anyway, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I didn't actually film the colouring of these, unfortunately. I'm trying to do that as best I can, you know, as much as I can now, so that you guys can see the colouring, because I love seeing that on other videos. And yes, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you give it a whirl and see what you think about, you know, trying something where you can make like a little scenery, like this is wallpaper on a table, or whether you create the scenery that's in the tank. I think they're great cards to give it a, you know, to have a go at. So I will see you in the next one, but before I go, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the little bell, notification bell, if you want to see more craftiness from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!